There was kind of a theme going down on West Main. We were sitting there ministering to this young man, and a funeral went by. And then as we were at the gas station, there were three guys on bikes, and one guy had a black shirt. He had on the back of his shirt, blessing the bikes, and I thought, man, I'm going to go over and encourage those guys. They must be believers. They weren't believers. So I went over there and I just said, hey, my name's, I messed up, I didn't tell my name. I said, hey, how you doing? You guys got nice bikes. I said, is there anything I could pray for you about? And, or I said, explain to me your shirt about the blessing of the bikes. And he said, well, we go over there and get our bikes blessed in Arcola by the church. And I says, you guys don't go to church? He says, no, we get our bikes blessed. Oh. I said, okay. And I said, I like your bikes. I said, they're wonderful. Now I'm thinking, oh, I said, you know what, please forgive me. My name's Otto, Doug, Teddy, and Nathan. And guess what? Death in the family. So there's a VFW where you're making the turn on Leesburg on your left, and they were going there to celebrate Doug and Nathan's grandmother's death again. So they let me pray for him. I says, hey, my name's Otto. Doug's like, man, that's a cool name. Nobody says that. And so prayed for them, encouraged them, they left. And then Steve and I were outside, and while I was using my pump to fill up the young lady's tire, guess what? Two guys had went into the store with suits on. I said to Steve, I said, I bet they're part of the funeral. Guess what? They're part of the funeral. Went over there, prayed for these older gentlemen. They said, thank you. You know, that was pretty neat. And then as we were standing there waiting, because the ladies were inside, they had to go inside and get something to drink. And while that was going on, a young, older gentleman with a Boston cap on come over. I'm a Yankee fan. I said, I don't like Boston. But we were talking, and he says, hey, I saw you over there praying with those guys. I appreciate it, because he went inside, and you and Ramona prayed for him. And he said he liked that. You know, so that happened. And then as we're standing there, a car pulls up, and there's a woman left the car running with three little kids in it, 9-year-old and lower, with their door open. I went to Steve, I said, I don't understand that. Would you leave your car there? You know, with two older guys, we could have jumped in the car, took the kids, and that would have been it. Yeah. And so we're standing and we're praying, and she comes out, and I said, hey, how you doing? I says, we like to pray for people. Is there anything we can pray for you about? She says, we like to pray for people. I says, yeah, we like to go in the community and encourage people and pray for them. So she asks in the car, and little Ava comes out, 9-year-old, and she likes to pray for her, so we prayed for her. I wish I had Malachi, man. Yeah. But that's right. I was trembling. Now you weren't, but I was. So here's a little family. Guess what? Grandmother just died. Now that's 3, right? So there's death in this whole neighborhood. So the little girl's crying in the back, the other one. So I said, you know what? Ashley, would it be okay if I got the girls some snacks or something? So we went inside, and I'm coaxing them, go buy something, you know, go pick something out. So through that, just to be able to spend the time there and to encourage this little family, you know, that Ashley is Ava's mom, and then Nia, and then Sevilla, okay? The other daughter, and the grandmother's one little granddaughter, so she's crying, you know. And so this is all happening because you had to go to the bathroom. And it is. Thank you, Lord. It is a divine appointment, because the woman that came in with the slow tire, she went right past the air hose. She went by it and pulled into the gas station, and I looked at her tire and I said, Steve, her tire's low. And while Mew and Ramona are inside, I'm like, I don't know what these ladies are doing, but we got time. I have an air pump in my car I specifically keep for this purpose. I went over and I says, ma'am, I says, can I fill your tire up? They were getting money for the air machine. So that's when she came over, and then Mew and Ramona came out. So yeah, you know this is all God doing. Yes. It's not us, it's got nothing to do with us. And so all this is going on. I hear your testimony. Right, so I'm humbled, because you realize that if we're not out sharing, do you know what I was sharing with our team earlier? A couple things that Lord showed me through this. Number one, just show up.
Yeah.
Amen. No more. No more needed.
Yeah.
No more. Just show up.
Yeah.
And so for me, just to show up, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no clue. But do you realize that if we don't show up, then when I go back and share these stories and people are like, really? No way. Unbelievable. These stories don't get out. Nobody, we're the only ones that know this, and whatever Ken's doing, or I don't know, but when he gets out, nobody on God's green earth knows this but him and us.
Yeah.
That's right.
I can't keep this here.
That's right.
So I'm humbled because I can't do this without him, and I can't do it without you.
Amen.
Okay? If you'd have told me, 2 years and 4 months ago I'd be doing this, I'd have told you you're crazy. And I go out only, Mew says she's a little girl with the Lord. I know what my job is. I'm God's cheerleader. That's what He's appointed me. I know that in my heart. When Malachi comes out with me, all he wants to do is go with Daddy. Right? So that's my heart to be with him, is to say that I can come and share these stories, because if we don't go, nobody hears about it.
That's right.
You're driving down over 3 hours, but I love you. That you would do that. And at Fort Wayne, if we had one person from every church, we'd have about 400 people here. 400. Let's say, okay, I'm cheating, 380. I'll take 380 anytime. But can you imagine if 380 came out and we were like an army where we were supposed to come on?
Amen.
Okay? So listen to me. Our job is not only to show up here. Go and tell it. Don't hold it in. That's my job. So if I see somebody from our church and I tell them what happened, they're not going to believe it. Number one, I wouldn't believe it, but I'm here. The only reason I'm here is I can't do this. I need your love and your support. But the truth is that, I want to. I don't think I have my glasses on me. Last night, I'm at work. I've been up since 10 o'clock last night, and I've been telling them about God's glory. Do you remember the story about Moses on the mountain? I shared it with them already. What's Moses? What did Moses say? Show me your glory. He was transformed.
Yeah.
So I can pray, Lord, show me your glory. I don't need any more.
Amen.
And what happened? He was like a light. And they couldn't even look at him. He had to hide his face. So you know what? If we don't do this, to be with my Father, Jesus said to Mary and Joseph, didn't you know I got to be about my Father's business?
Yes. Yeah.
So if we don't do this, I only go out because I hold his hand, and I'm supposed to be his biggest cheerleader. That's what I know here, and I know here. I'm supposed to be his biggest cheerleader. What are we going to do now, Lord? What are we going to do now? And to see my brothers and sisters, believe me, when you called me, my heart's going like this. It's not me. Believe me, it's not me. And so for me to go out, I only go out because I get to hold his hand, and I get to see what next, Lord, what next, Lord. But my heart is going like this because I don't know what's going to happen. But I know I'm safe. And everything, Ramon, I praise the Lord for you, because if you didn't have to go to the bathroom, but that's how the Lord works, right? He takes
have our own gifts.
He takes whatever we give him, right? If I ask Malachi, hey, let's go out, and we're going out, he don't say, Dad, but what about this way? He just shows up.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, we're going to go. Mariah and Malachi, come with me. That's it. Now, he does that with us. My son, I just want you to show up today. I'm going to show you things that you're not going to believe. And what happened today, we do not believe it unless we're part of it. And if we don't do it, does it get back to the church? It doesn't get back to the church. We're living this.
Yeah.
Now, all I can say is please pray that the pride that still resides in me would be destroyed and go. It can't be nothing about me. It has to be about him. So I praise the Lord for you, all of you, and your heart to go and to go and to go, because that encourages me. Please don't stop. But when you go, drag me with you. Whatever you got to do, just drag me with you. I don't care.
Amen.